Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to my house. It's kind of quiet. Angel's out of town. Kids are all asleep. It's a perfect night for a three-way call. So there's no I'm a real life champion music, especially when we do the webinar. So I could sing it, rap it. It probably wouldn't go as well as it has in times past with the live recording. So I hope that you're here and excited. I hope you're ready to hear all the things that are going on. We are about to launch the second surge of our business, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about that here in a little bit. So what I want you to do is know that here's how the flow is going to go tonight. I'm going to go over our regular team call stuff. I want to give out our shout outs, our team accolades, the things that have been happening, but then I'm going to take a little break, about 2 minutes, right at about 9:15. And those of you that don't really want to participate in hearing more about the surge, or you think you've already done it before, or for whatever reason you want to jump off, that's your chance. Otherwise, I want everybody else, if you want to hear more about what the surge is all about, what it is, and what we're going to be doing. If you're brand new, a lot of things have happened since we did the first surge back in March, and some great things have happened. And so we're launching it again, tweaked it a little bit. As always, you got to always be willing to tweak things and make them better, and I believe that we've been able to do that. So I'm going to start that about 9:15, and hopefully going to go 25 minutes or so, 30 minutes at most. So you want to get the notes. You're going to want to listen and pay attention. Now, this will be recorded tonight, so it will be uploaded to our YouTube channel. So if you need to go back and watch it, you can, to get some of the details and see it again. But Angela and I are super excited to launch this surge with you and to do it with you. So I hope that you're ready. Hope that you're ready to run. I know I'm ready to run with you. I'm ready to go out and get surge again myself, and go after the things that we want, as well as helping you get the things that you want. So I'm going to grab my trusty iPhone, and let's talk about some accolades, how great it is every pay period. Now, here's why we do this. Let me back up. Why do we give shout-outs to those that are accomplishing great things? Here's why. Many of us we're motivated differently. I say many of us, we're all motivated differently. I'm a competition person. I'm motivated by competition. I like to compete. I like to win. I like to go after things, and that's what gets me going. So when I first started, I would see competitions that Crystal would run, be the first one of this or last one of that. That's why I'd always want to win. I liked winning. I liked the idea of winning, and that's what motivated me. Now, some people, they're not motivated by winning. They just could care less. They're not very competitive at all. It's okay. Some people are motivated by helping other people, by compassion, or by just seeing other people win. Not that I'm not. But competitive people like actually competitions in one of my top 5 strengths, and what that means in the Strength Finders is that you enjoy bringing others with you, helping them compete, and creating a competitive atmosphere, which is why we do this. Maybe you're the kind of person, I know, I think of Suzanne Carpenter and some others that I've met, who just simply love to go after the t-shirt. They love the art of getting something. Don't need it, but just like getting it. So that's why we talk about that's why we post our champions accolades, is for that very reason, to highlight those who are doing the work, not to separate you, not to make you feel bad if you're not, but to show you that if you'll go back and watch over a period of time, beginning maybe several months ago, you're going to see some of the names, and you could even go back a few years ago, you're going to see names that are appearing on those reports for 3K, new volume, recruiting, earned trips. All of a sudden, those names start popping up in new pins, gold, 3-star gold, ruby, and higher. And so that's why all it is a gauge and a tracker for you to see where your business is going. And your ultimate goal, all of our goals, should be to get other people's names, people in our organization, get their name on that tracker. Okay? So let's talk about who these people are. So I got my phone here with my trusty my accolades right here. Hopefully it won't shut down on me. So let's talk about 3K Club. You know what that is? 3K Club is those who have volume going in the marketplace. Your goals need to be every pay period to reach $3,000 in personal group volume, PGV. So that means $3,000 either in the marketplace by you personally or by bringing on new distributors who order themselves or new retail customers. And these champions were over 3K. So in order to get your name on the accolades page, you just got to reach 3K. Everyone that hits 3K gets their name on here. So let's go with this. Now, so if you, some of you, if you need to let us know that your wife or your husband participate so we can get their name on there. All we have is what corporate shows us. And so sometimes it's a husband and wife, and really the husband's name's on here, or wife's name. So forgive us for that. So we got a big list of 3K. This is pretty exciting. So let's start with 3K. James New, Vanessa Turner, Blake Edwards, Casey Collins, Krista Beebe, Taylor Kennedy, Sid Snyder, Chris and Summer Humphreys, Ruby Distributor, Haley Tracy, Holly Johnson, Angie Bierman, Jarvin Hall, Jennifer Connor, Philip Cox, Brandon and Kristen McNeil, Ruby Distributor, Brian Sharp, Sabrina Wyatt, April Smith, and then Ian and Jenna Allen. Those guys, the top two there, April Smith and Ian and Jenna, were over $6,000 PGV. And these names are continuing to pop up. Continuing. And so that means volume is moving through the marketplace, okay? So our top recruiters or our top sponsors, remember, you have to have people coming in. It's not just you personally, but you have to have people coming in to your business so that they're constantly using products, so that then they go and talk about product, and then they sign someone up and they move forward. So our top recruiters are Arthurian Harrington and Jennifer Rubin, and Ia and Jenna Allen, each with 3, and Rachel DeRosa with 4. And I am really proud of this guy, Sid and Laurie Snyder. Sid and I gotten close over the past 2 or 3 pay periods. Sid has earned his rookie bonus, bringing in Adrian, who's moving up to Philly. Can't wait to get up there and help him build his business. But Sid's been putting me on the phone, and the results is he's earned his $500 rookie bonus. So Sid, congratulations, man. We're proud of you for that. That is an awesome, awesome accomplishment. And in qualifying for new pins, qualifying a new pin, a silver pin is the first level of leadership. And what does silver stand for? Silver is about a $13,000 a year income. Now, they're obviously not going to go quit your job over that. However, what you can do is supplement your family's income and change it up dramatically. So imagine bringing in an extra $1,000 a month into your family budget. And that's what these guys are doing at silver. So qualifying for their silver pin, which means they have to hit it one more time, one more pay period, is Christy and Cameron Kirby. Way to go, Christy and Cameron. And JJ and Twyla Jacob. Super proud of these guys for qualifying for these pins. And this is just a start. They're on their way, and they're going to be knocking out some other pins as they go along. And earning their new silver pin are David and Laura Jones and Jared and Hannah King. So we are so proud of you guys for just killing it over the past 2 or 3 or 4 pay periods. Congratulations to you. So that is our champion. That is our accolades for the pay period. And so it is 10 after 9. What I want to do is move into our surge information. And before we do that, understand last pay period, or last time we surged, I wanted to bring on some friends, Crystal and Philip Rickenbacker, to share their story. But because we're doing the webinar live, then obviously unless they're standing here, they probably would have drove over. Knowing them, they're not. There's no depth, no height. They're not willing to go to build their business. But didn't want to make them do that on a school night. But I'm going to share some things with you that absolutely blow you away that when they surge back in March. So that being said, I am going to set this up. I'm going to pull the screen up. We're going to move right into that. This will be tonight's training as well. Got some things I want to share with you regarding the surge. So I'm going to officially end our team call at this time. Thanks for joining us. Continue to push in this pay period. And then if you want to stick around to know how to grow your business, then I promise you're going to want to listen to the next 30 minutes on this webinar. With that, I'll be right back. Here we go. All right, well, let's get started. So thanks for joining us tonight, listening in on this. We're going to begin the surge, and I want to share with you what this means during the surge. So I want to make sure that you can hear me. So before I continue any further, I'm going to send out my message to my test group out there, making sure they can hear me, because I want to make sure that everything is all good. So I've got a special person out in the audience tonight listening in, letting me know that everything is really is going good. So I'm going to talk as if you can, so I'm pretty sure you can. But as you see on the screen, what is the surge? The surge is a massive action or movement or upward violent. The definition in the dictionary is that I like to use is a surge of a crowd is a sudden and powerful move upward and forward. A sudden and powerful move upward and forward. So before we even get going in this, I want you to understand that surging is a part of your business. This isn't going to be for everybody. Okay, but I want everyone to listen in. I want everyone to see what it is that you're going to be asked to do, and then you're able to make a decision if this is the right time or if you want to participate in this right now, because it's not going to be for everybody, and there's going to be a lot of people that are going to start but they're not going to finish because they become overwhelmed by just the opportunity in and of itself. So what is the surge? The surge, when I look at Angela's business, I was sharing this with a friend today, is in almost November 8th will mark 6 years for us in Advocare. I can't believe it. It's the longest I've ever held a job, mainly just because I was always in ministry, and the longest ministry position was 5 years, and this will be 6. So it doesn't seem like it. It seems like about 6 months. And we can look back over our business, and there were about 4, when I calculated it, there were about 4 periods in the past 6 years where Angela and I, we just forsook everything in our life except Advocare and our faith and family. We didn't do anything except Advocare. We eat, breathe, slept Advocare for 30 days. We talked all day long to everybody and everything. We barely got any food in us. We wouldn't hardly eat. It would be fast food sometimes. I'm not bragging on that. I'm just saying that there's obviously better ways around that now. We were just getting started. And looking back at those 30-day periods, there were about 4 of them that we can count. So if you count 4 30-day periods, that's 120 days. So 120 days of all-out effort, all-out fury, all-out massive action. And then 120 days out of 6 years, okay, let that sink in your mind. 120 days. I mean, that should blow you away. Just say 6 years. I mean, that 120 days. Think about it. I mean, that should just absolutely blow your mind. 120 days out of 2,190 days, we worked with our head just buried in an Advocare sand, just going crazy. And those 120 days, although they were hard, although they were tough, although, hang on, you're not seeing the slides? Let me back up. You're not seeing me. Okay, how about, nope, let me back up. You're not seeing the slides. Well, at least I didn't start the slides, right? I'm saying at least I wasn't like doing something goofy. Okay. So maybe you can see the slide now. Okay, let me know if you see me, Jeremy. I want to make sure I keep going. Looks like you still see me. Okay, can you see me now? Okay. Can you hear me now? We'll get this fixed. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, what about now? Okay. So last change here, just bear with me. The Google Hangout's not really cooperating tonight. Okay, so here we go. So you can see it now. All right, so you can see the slides. We're all good. You can see it. So here's what we do. So think about this. Let's start over. This is just a distraction. This is a perfect teaching point because you're going to get distracted at times and things are going to get in your way and you're going to want to quit. So this is perfect. Here we go. So the surge. Now you didn't get to look at this. You were just looking at me. So now you get to see it. 30 days of fury, 30 days of massive action. This is going to run from September 17th to October 21st. So as I said, Angela and I worked 120 days out of 2,190 days. Now, not that we didn't work those other days, but these were the days that we just absolutely worked with reckless abandon. And the question is it worth it? Is it worth it? You know, is it worth going to average right now between 65 and 70,000? We've even had recent months an $82,000 a month, but average about $65,000 to $70,000 a month. Is it worth it? Absolutely, to give us the freedom to do the things that we want to do. So the purpose of the surge, why are we doing this? Most of us in our business, if you think about it, it's like an airplane. Imagine if you're flying in an airplane. Angela flew out today. But imagine if she sat in an airplane and they just continued to cruise down, taxi down the runway at the same speed. Well, what's going to happen is eventually they're going to run out of runway. They're not going to be able to get any lift, get anything up in the air. They're not going to the plane is not going to be able to get up in the air. There has to be a period of burst so that it can gather momentum, catch the air, and get lift so that the jets can propel it upward and forward, just like we said a surge is a sudden movement upward and forward. So the purpose of this 30 days of surging is to create organizational momentum in your business, to create an atmosphere of momentum team-wide. The biggest mistake you can make in this surge is thinking that this is just about you and thinking that it's just about your business. Whether you want to do it or not, understand that there may be people doing it, and it's going to affect your entire organization. So the purpose of it is to create momentum, to create some momentum in your organization. Momentum is extremely hard to get and extremely easy to lose. I mean, it is. You don't want to lose it once you get it. So if you look at your business now, are people on three-way calls? Do you feel like you're in a rut? Do you feel like you're stuck? Do you feel like you have nothing left to do? Do you feel like you don't know what else to do next? Well, this is for you. Most of us have never, ever moved at a fast pace in AdvoCare. The theory of slow and steady, just stick and stay in AdvoCare, that is true in a sense of the culture being infused inside of you. But I want to tell you now that the sticking and staying is really a myth. You can stick and stay, but if you never gain any momentum, if you never gain any organizational momentum, you're never going to create any lift, and you're never going to have any momentum to push your business forward. So what happens is a lot of people think that stick and stay means do the same thing every single day. No, what that means is don't quit. Stay the course. Stay focused. Keep moving forward. Keep driving. Keep what you need to accomplish. Keep it in front of you. Keep your vision in front of you. That's what sticking and staying means. It does not mean, well, every day make one phone call. Well, if you make one phone call a day, every day for 365 days, wonderful. But what's going to happen is that you may bring one person in, and then that person the next month comes in, and then that person the next month comes in, and all of a sudden everyone kind of feels left out, like they've been dropped into an ocean, and they're just kind of bobbing along. Versus having a 30-day push of absolute crazy momentum, so that what you do then is all these people that you've just brought in feel like they're a part of something big. They feel like they're a part of something huge. I think of Philip and Crystal's business. I'm going to talk about them in just a little bit. I really wish I could have got them on phone, but we'll definitely have them next time. But I think about their business and where they were before and where they were now, and it's gonna absolutely blow you away. What is the goal? So here's the goal. This is where we're going to come up with something a little different this time, this surge, versus the last time. I am going to give you the goal. I'm going to give it to you. Here's and now understand this. We're going September 17th. So you have this 2-week prep phase that I'm going to tell you about, but we're going to start this 30-day surge September 17th, and it's going to go until October 21st. Well, if you don't realize or not, that's more than 30 days. It's actually 36 days, because that next pay period is a 3-weeker. So you're going to have a 2-weeker and a 2-week and a 3-week pay period to go out and create an incredible amount of momentum. So the goal for each of you, each and every single one of you, if you choose to participate in this, here's your goal. 30 new product users. That is something that I have personally set with within my family, with my organization, me and Angela, I have told her, not her and I, but me personally, I am on a mission right now to gain 30 new product customers. I've got 3. I started Monday. So I've got 3 since Monday. 3 since Friday. So I've got 3 new ones since Friday. 2 challenges and 2 cans of Spark to 1 person. Great. Out of that 30 new product users, you need to anticipate that 15 of them, you need to bring 15 of them on as new distributors within this 36 days. 15 new distributors. Now, this isn't only, this is minimum. Okay, this is the minimums you need to go after. And of those 15 new distributors, 5 of them are business building advisors, not just advisors who want 40%, but business building advisors. So 30 new product users need to lead to 15 new distributors, of which need to lead to 5 new advisors. Now, obviously, distributors and advisors are going to come from your product users. Not all your product users are going to want to be distributors or advisors. Now, let me let you set your mind free a little bit. Don't worry about it. Have retail customers. If they don't want the discount right away, so be it. I sold, like I said today, a can of Rehydrate, a can of Spark to a guy, and he asked me, is this what you do full time? I go, absolutely. He goes, it really takes care of you that well, huh? I said, well, in a nutshell, I told him my story. I said, I got into this looking for about 6 years ago, almost 6 years ago, extra $500 to $1,000 a month, and just last night it paid me almost $35,000 in 2 weeks, and it's paid us about $3.5 million, close to $3.5 million, right around there, between $3 and $3.5 million in 5.5 years, and we've made it a goal to help other people do the same thing. And he just looked at me like, what? He goes, well, I'm going to be in this city on business, and then I got to go do this, but I want to sit down with you when I get back. I want to hear about this. That's all I said. It's impossible for me personally to keep retail customers because I just don't understand why you'd want to be. I think everybody should want to be a distributor. Lord, I think everybody should want to be an advisor. So part for me in this is slowing down and allowing people, meeting them where they're at. You're going to have to do the same thing. Many of you, some of you out there, just like me, you want to go fast and you want to get everybody to advisor and you want everybody to want to go out and change the world through Advocare, and you just got to simply understand that everybody doesn't want to do that. Some people just want to buy Spark at 20% off for the rest of their life. And you know what? If that's their finish line, congratulations to them. We have added value to their life. Just like Charlie said, if that's all they're wanting to do, Advocare can provide to add that value. So that's what your goal is. So write that down. Write that down. 30 new product users. I'm going to show you. You don't have to necessarily write it down, but this will be recorded, so write it down. 30 new product users, of which 15 become distributors and 5 become advisors. Now, there's 2 phases. There's the pre-surge. All of you are in the pre-surge right now. We start the pre-surge today. This goes this pay period. Now, it is necessary. Why we need to have a pre-surge? Because you've got to get the mindset correct. You have got to correct your mindset. You've got to have the right kind of thinking going into this. None of this matters. I want you to remove your emotion out of this right now. Remove the emotion. Some of you are fired up. You can't even sit still right now. You're so ready to get on the phone. Some of you feel so overwhelmed because you don't know if you can even do this or not. Both spectrums, both ends of the spectrum, you need to relax. You need to take your emotion out of this and understand this is a business plan of action. Okay? So the pre-surge for the next 14 days is all about preparation. Having your mind made up of what you're going to accomplish. So let's go down this list. First things first, you need to create your natural market list. What is your natural market? It is you need to get as many names on paper as you possibly can. We're going to start from scratch. I don't care if you're an emerald, non-star emerald, a ruby, or silver, or you just got started this past pay period. All of us need to sit down and write down names of people we know that we have not talked to yet. That may be harder for some than others. You know, like your rubies and emeralds and people like that. They've been in 3 or 4 years. It may be harder for them. But you know what? We all have to continue to grow our business like that. Some of the people that I'm talking to right now are people I didn't know. I'm meeting them in places. I'm setting myself up to meet people. So you need to come up with 100 names on a piece of paper. and then I'm gonna show you what to do with those names. Then you need to come up with another 100 names. And Charlie said you need to have a minimum of 300 names on paper. Now I will upload Charlie Regis' How to Create Your Natural Market List. We'll get that on our website as soon as possible. But that's where you need to start, creating your list. If you don't have a working list of people to pull from, you're unemployed. You can't randomly think tomorrow that all of a sudden you're going to remember somebody and that's going to create your business. We're talking about a business that's going to change the course of your destiny. Don't leave it to chance. Don't leave it to, well, maybe you might remember somebody. Don't leave it to a chance meeting at a gas station or at a restaurant or at Home Depot or at the post office, and that person is all of a sudden going to be the one. It's going to come from, Bob Beaudine says in his book, The Power of Who, everything you need to accomplish your destiny can be found in the people and the relationships you already have. You know everybody you need to know. Let that sink in. There's nobody left for you to know because they know people and they know people. So everything and everybody you need to know to accomplish your destiny, you already know them. It's just a matter of getting to them. Now you write down their names, write down as many names as you can, and find their numbers. It's absolutely of the utmost important that you find their information. That's why you got 2 weeks to do it. Go on Facebook. It's the easiest way. Find their number. Look them up. Go to college directories. People from the bank, if it's your teller, if it's your grocery store manager, get their information. Say, I want to share something with you. Get their phone number, not their email. Call them. This is a business built with your mouth and with your eyeballs and with your ears and with your heart. It is never, you're not going to be able to surge with texting on your phone and posting Facebook messages and tweeting stuff out and taking Instagram pictures of really cool sideways shots of what you ate for breakfast and how you made some really cool recipe with Muscle Gain, Oasis, fiber drink, and some Purple Champs. No one's really cared. That's not building your business. That's not doing it. It's going to come with talking to people. So you need to find their numbers. That's why I have 2 weeks. When you create that natural market list, next thing is to get everybody's number and put it out beside their name. Next, master your story. You need your 30-second and your 2-minute version. Master it. Get it down to where you can tell it in your sleep. You need to go to our website, watch the video under the on-demand training done by Danny McDaniel to teach you how to package your story. I'm not going to take the time to do that on this because that's a very short and no one does it better than Danny. And watch that. Get it down. Practice your story in the mirror. Practice it in the car. Turn the radio off. While you're standing in the shower, practice it. Even time yourself. Lord, you can get a life proof and you can time yourself in the shower. But keep it to 30 seconds and 2 minutes. And prevent yourself from being weird. Ask people, do I sound weird? Record yourself on your voice memo on your phone and listen to it over and over again until you got it down pat, until it doesn't sound weird, until it just sounds normal. See, right now, some of you are thinking, no wonder I've not been successful in my business because we're not treating the success systems, we're not treating the fundamentals of this business with the excellence they deserve. Okay, so you want to go to our under new distributor training. You need to print off 10 surge trackers. The surge tracker will you'll see it when you get on there. If you actually go here, it looks like this down here at the bottom left. Under there, you can print those. I'll print off 10 of them. There's, I think, 15 spots on there, so that'll give you, print off 10 pages. They'll give you plenty of names to put on paper, but print off as many as you possibly need. Schedule 2 regular mixers. Okay, minimum 2 regular mixers where you're going to stand up and you're going to share Advocare in your living room. It is not acceptable in the surge to have a no-show mixer. Not acceptable. There's nobody gonna and no, not that we can do anything. I'm just telling you that it's of no use. If you happen to have a mixer and nobody shows up, it's because you didn't promote it. It's because you didn't get people the information of where to meet in time. You didn't let them know how big a deal that night was going to be. It wasn't because they messed up. If they're not showing up or they're blowing you off, it's because of the word choices that you're using. Fix those. Told you this is going to be tough. This is what you're going to do to get ready to surge. Schedule necessary child care. For those 2 mixers. Sit down with your wife, with your husband. Sit down with your family if they live in the area, and go, hey, on this night and this night, you may want to schedule 4 mixers. 2 is the minimum. But I'm going to talk about the tabletop mixers in just a second. But you want to have at least 2 regular mixers that your tabletop mixers can lead into. Okay? But schedule your child care. Figure out the child care with people so that they know that it may be somebody, it may be a drop-in center. I don't know. You may need to find the rates. You may need to find a new babysitter. Go on care.com and find people that can take care of your kids now so that you can have somebody consistently coming in to watch the kids. So here's what you're also going to do in this pay period right now. You're going to get 2 boxes of Spark, preferably fruit punch and or mandarin orange, one or the other. Those are the 2 most popular. This doesn't matter about what you like. This is all about getting the most popular products into people's bodies. And you're going to sample 28 new people in the next 2 weeks, starting today, starting tomorrow. Okay, unless you're on the West Coast, and then you could probably do Spark 1 or 2 people tonight. But starting tomorrow, you're going to get 28 people, brand new people, not people that you've sparked before and you never got back with them. Everything is new. Forget whoever you talk to from this moment forward. Forget them. This is brand new. 28 people in the next 2 weeks. That's 2 boxes of Spark. Here's what you do. You go to Sam's, you go to Costco, you go to your local grocery store, and you buy the 8 to 11 ounce. The 11 ounce bottles of water are awesome. Because why? Because it's only 8 ounces of water. You take the cap off, have them drink a little bit, rip the top of the Spark off, the package, pour it in there, you tighten the lid back on, shake it up, hand it to them, and stand there and watch them drink it. That's how you sample. Do not think that handing 28 packets of Spark out to people is sampling. That's not. That's giving away money. That's being a poor steward of what you've been given. You will find yourself frustrated by doing that. So you've got to have the water on hand, and you've got to have the Spark on hand. Do not hand them Spark. You may not always have the water. You may be at the gym and you don't have the water bottle. Whatever it takes, you have the Spark. All you need to focus on is you rip the top of the package open, you pour it in the water bottle, and you shake it up and you watch them drink it. And you do that for 28 brand new people. And you say to them, all I want to know is how you felt. And what remember, ask a high quality question. What was the greatest thing? How did you feel in that? How many hours did you feel? How much new energy did you have? You take it first thing in the morning and right after lunch. 30, 45 minutes right after lunch. And you hand them the Spark. There are times where, and if you find yourself having to just give them a packet of Spark, then what you need to say is, okay, here's what I want to do. I want to know, master this question. This is the pre-surge. You need to learn this question right here. This is all about your business. Learn this phrase, if I, would you. This is going to come really handy when you start doing 3-way phone calls and mixers and webinars and those things start happening. If I give you this Spark, would you drink it today and let me know and tell me what you think tomorrow? See, that's what you need to make sure. You're making them own up to doing something. If I give you this, would you drink it and let me and be able to get back with me tomorrow? That way that they're going to do what they said they're going to do. Okay? You also need to master that statement when it comes to webinars, when it comes to mixers, when it comes to tabletop mixers. If I sent you a link to a webinar tonight, would you watch it and follow up with me tomorrow? If I came by your house and picked you up, would you go to a mixer, go to a business meeting with me tonight, or with a business meeting with me on Thursday or on Sunday night? If I, would you, and it can be worked backwards, would you ride with me over to such and such's house to check out Advocare if I provided childcare for your kids? Either way, master that. You've got to get that phrase down. That is going to help you because it's going to bring you into a joint relationship with your prospect. It's not going to be 100-0. It's going to be 50-50. You're saying, if you do this, then I'll do this. Okay? That's how you're going to sample. So next, know and be able to successfully communicate how to get to advisor. You need to go on there and watch how to get to advisor, and you need to be able to write it out. That it's $79 to start. That gives you an instant 20% discount. Then, whenever you make a $0 to $499 retail order, that gets you 20% off. Well, if you make a $500 to a $1,499 retail order, notice we talk retail, not actual, that gets you a 25% discount. If you order a $1,500 to a $3,000 retail order, that gets you a 30% discount. Now, everything up to this point, you're able to earn income two ways. But once you get to advisor, getting to advisor is when you've purchased more $3,000 or more in retail product, you're at 40% off. And all of these discounts are for life and do not have to be repeated on a monthly basis, quarterly basis at all. The only reoccurring fee is your membership. It's $79 to start, $50 each year after that. You need to be able to write out what I just said over and over and over again, because if you're going to be doing tabletop mixers, the last thing you need to do is you've got to be able to show people how to get started. Because that leads me to the next thing. I'm gonna skip down to I'm gonna skip down to the last thing. Know and be able to successfully communicate the 4 ways to engage and the 5 ways to get paid. The very back of your Impact magazine, it shows you the 4 ways to get involved. You need to be able to successfully communicate that to people where it doesn't blow them away. It makes sense to them, and it's simple. You need to communicate. There's 4 ways to get involved. What we do in Advocare is we help people find their fit. Which one of these places do you fit in? I like to use the analogy that, hey, I'm your waiter, and here's the 4 items on the menu. And based on where you're at in your life and what you see with Advocare, which one of these 4 ways do you see yourself getting involved? Do you just want to be a retail customer and purchase products at a full retail price? Would you want to sign up and become a wholesale customer? That's $79 and get you an instant 20% discount. By default, when you do that, you become a distributor. You don't have to distribute anything, but you're given that opportunity, that privilege to do so. But by becoming a distributor, you're able to earn income in 2 different ways. Or do you see yourself becoming an advisor, which is a business builder? This is a person who wants to earn income all 5 ways. And the difference, and I like to say this, the difference between distributor and advisor is not in the work that you do, but in the way you get paid. You do the same thing. You take the products, you talk to people, you invite people to hear more. But at the advisor level, you do that on purpose, and you get paid more to do it. Okay? Then you've got to be able to explain the 5 ways we get paid. Retail, wholesale commissions, those 2 are earned at the distributor level. The next 3 are earned at the advisor level. Override, leadership bonuses are just 2 types of residual. It's basically Advocare's way of paying you to grow. The more people you help, the more money you make. And then the 5th way is through bonuses and incentives. You need to be able to successfully and effectively communicate those. Danny always says that people, the reason we don't get paid, the reason our businesses aren't growing the way they should is we're not showing the plan. People have no idea how to get started. They have no idea what they can do. They have no idea about the discounts, and they have no idea how they get paid. And you need to learn that over the next few days. You're going to always engage with your mentor, with your sponsor, and you're going to master the oh, by the way. But you've got to become successful at showing these things, because if you're moving at a fast pace, your sponsor or mentor is not going to always be able to get on the phone every single time. So let's go back up. Know the Impact Magazine, cover to cover. Get your Impact Mag. You already know we're doing our Impact Magazine contest. Wear that thing out. Have it memorized. You're going to host tabletop mixers during the Surge, so it's imperative that for the next 14 days you know the Impact Magazine. Get where you can memorize the names. You know their incomes. You know their start dates. You know what pin level they are now. You know their occupation. You can just tell somebody, turn the page this part. This is my friend so-and-so. He did this and he did this, and know it in front to back. You can say, well, that's a lot. Hey, the more you know, the more powerful, the more armed you are. Okay? And then know and have the ability to successfully use the bulletproof shield. The Bulletproof Shield, go on our website once again and watch Danny teach you how to use the Bulletproof Shield. It's how you're going to deflect people's arguments away. And the basic use is, I don't know a lot about that, but here's what I do know. Someone says, well, tell me, why does Advocare put sucralose? Why do they use sucralose as the sweetener? And you may go, instead of saying a bunch of reasons why you think you should you say, you know what, I don't know about that. But here's what I do know. Advocare has the top scientists in the world working on these products and developing and creating these products. And they are the best of the best. And they formulate and no ingredients and no products so that I don't have to. That's how you use. I don't know about that, but here's what I do know. Does that make sense? Of course it does. Okay, that's the pre-surge. These are the things you need to learn and have down over the next 14 days as you still work your current business. Okay, so let's move to the during surge. 36 days. Here's what we're going to do. Starting on the 17th. You can even start earlier. I don't really care. Start as soon as you want, but I want you to. The most important thing is understanding on 9/17 the mindset. The mindset is on. Your brain is turned on. You are absolutely a machine, and you're going after it. So during these 36 days, you're going to follow up from your samples and continue to sample. You're going to begin calling down your natural market list. You may have already sampled some of those people, so that's going to include in the follow-up calls. Here's a really important thing. Introduce your people to a third-party resource. This is the oh, by the way. Our website is a great resource. You've got mine and Angela's story on there. If you click on our leaders, there are stories. If they're on the DVD, you can just click on their names, and there's their story. From the Reeds to the Lopers to the Jameses to Matt Pinnell, Matt's story. Their stories are on there. Your third-party resource is your Impact magazine. Oh, by the way, let me show you this real quick. And there's still tell a story. And eventually say, oh, by the way, I can't wait to introduce you to my friend, whoever your sponsor is. Whoever your upline leader is, let's say that's working with you. Maybe your upline Ruby or higher leader, upline 3-star gold or higher leader, whoever that is. I can't wait for you to meet them. Keep talking about them. Talk that person up so that when they do get to meet them, they understand that this is a team concept. You need to host at least 5 tabletop mixers during the surge. At least 5 tabletops. Around the coffee table, the kitchen table, anywhere of those with at least 4 prospects. 2 couples or 4 friends, doesn't matter. Host at least 5 tabletop mixers. Meet 5 brand new people. Now I'm talking cold market that just randomly happened from the gym, from the park, from work, from the mall, from getting your oil changed, from buying something at the grocery store, from shopping. 5 brand new cold market people. And then during the surge, you need to attend a large event within a 3 to 4 hour drive. Now you say, Jason, that's it. That's crazy. I want to tell you what Philip and Crystal Rickenbacker, I want to tell you what they did. She texted me over what they did kind of before and after. And I'm going to read you what she said pre-surge, before they launched. Now, we launched our last surge in March 27th, and went through April 26th. And before them, they were frustrated, had periods of no activity because they didn't see immediate results. That equaled inconsistently hitting their silver pin and inconsistently earning. Are you hearing this? They were doing 1 to 2 calls most days, 1 mixer per pay period. Now think about this. This is what they were before the surge. How many of you, this is you? You're frustrated. You have periods of no activity because you're not seeing any results. You're inconsistently hitting the silver pin if you're hitting that at all. You're doing maybe 1 or 2 calls a day and 1 mixer per pay period. I think many of us would probably think that's a busy pay period. This was what they were doing before they surged. And no one on their team had ever earned a rookie bonus or hit a pin. During the surge and right after, they set their goals as a family for themselves and their team, and they posted them in their foyer of their church or in the foyer of their home. They had a determined heart and consistent action regardless of immediate results. So they stuck and stayed. Well, like we talked about earlier, not stick and stay like just same old, same old. They had a determined heart and had consistent action regardless if anybody showed up. Regardless if anything happened, they kept at it. They kept going. Then they moved their calls up to 5 to 10 calls per day. Excuse me. They had appointments set every day. They had list made of new contacts, follow-up appointments, and team members that would be working with the following day. So they were consistently being busy. Now here's the kicker. All extracurricular activities were eliminated, and all spare time was spent sharing. And if they weren't sharing advocate, they were feeding their positive mindset with books, going to events, with people that and people spending time with people that wanted to go where they were wanting to go to. They removed negative people from their lives. They got into a positive mindset. They started reading more books, turning off the TV, going to events, things that were going to help them change the way they think. They went to, listen to this, check this out. This is during their 30-day surge. 5 to 7 mixers weekly. Sometimes this meant Philip and Crystal would drive 4 hours one way in opposite directions on the same night to lead mixers. Are you willing to do that? Their focus shifted from a me to a we into a team. They begin to dig down and find the purpose of other teammates. They begin to find purpose. It wasn't just about them. It was about helping people on their own team. During the surge, they participated in 3 events a week that put them in front of new people. They did things 3 times weekly that put them in front of new people. And they are now gold distributors, having a gold distributor team, new pin earners, and they created 4 rookie bonus earners out of that. And I ran the numbers. We ran the numbers today from corporate, and Crystal doesn't know this, but over the course of that period of time, and since then, since March 27th, they have brought in I think it's over 63 new distributors in their team, just in that amount of time. That's almost double what they did the entire year and a half, 2 years before the 30 days. If my numbers are correct. They can correct me if I'm wrong. It may be a little off. I was figuring a little bit. But they've done in the past 90 days what it took them almost 2 years to do, because they put their head down for 30 days. 30 days. And so some of those was getting to large events. So we have Diane McDaniel here in Nashville, September 22nd. If you're within 3 or 4 hours of that, you get here in the room for that. Look in your area, look in your region, get to an event, get in the car, grab some team members, and say, hey, let's go. We're going to go to this. And talk about it on the way. Listen to Charlie's notes on success all the way there. You need to get ready to grow. Get Charlie's notes on success. You need to grow, personal growth items. Decide to grow, and then be accountable. So here's you can download the Surge documents at our website on a new distributor. So there's 2 documents. Okay, one is kind of the list of kind of the mindset. Put it up. It's the one you see there on the right. And then the left is the Surge tracker. And I've also got one called the Silver checklist that we're going to load up there for you as well. And we've got a couple others that we're going to arm you with everything you need to accomplish these goals. Not to mention that every Sunday night there's going to be a live training held by your leaders, your Ruby and Hire leaders, during the surge every Sunday night. Okay, so it's going to be loaded up right here on the same link, reallifechampions.com/live. Every Sunday night, a surge training on the basics. There's also going to be a consistent webinar every week and a consistent business call every week. Those are going to come out in the next 2 days. Who those people are and what the dates are. They will be the same exact ones every single week from now until October 21st for you to plug people into. Not to mention all the resources that we have that are on our website. So here's all you've got to decide to do now. Let's do this. Let's go back to the camera. So all you got to do is decide, are you going to surge or not? Is it worth it? Is 30 days, are you willing to invest 30 days to change the next 30 years? Let that sink in. 30 days of massive action to change the next 30 years of your life, 40 years, 60 years. We're talking generations for 30 days. It's not easy. I'm not going to tell you that it's an easy accomplishment by any means, but it's hard. It's going to frustrate you. It's going to leave you a lot of things only because you want it so bad. But I can tell you this, if you just won't quit, it will pay off. It will pay off. So with that, I hope that you choose the Surge. You don't know how much fun it's going to be. It is a blast. We have so much fun. You're gonna keep track of the trackers. Send those in to us. We're gonna do some fun things. We're gonna have a lot of things over the next this pre-surge 2 weeks, as well as the other 2 weeks. Real quick, forgot to mention this. Wow, 2 requirements to surge. You have this whole pay period to do it. You've got to be an advisor, and you've got to be registered for AdvoNation. Those are 2 requirements. We already know who those people are. If you choose to surge, what I'm going to do tonight is immediately following this, I'm going to post who's surging on our Facebook group. And I want to know if you're in or you're out. You need to go there and say, I'm in. And I want you to put on there that you're committed, you're ready to go. That's the thread, who's surging. That's all I'm going to put. And I want to see who's serious. I want to see who's doing it. I'm looking for some people to run with. I'm surging personally. I'm going to do it with you. So, that being said, have a great night. Thanks for joining me. This will be uploaded to our YouTube page so that you can go back and watch it again. And I look forward to seeing your results. Crystal and Philip, Rick and Baker, I'm super proud of you. And thanks for letting me use your story tonight. Have a great night, everyone. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.